Welcome to Live from World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Mike Adams, talking with Dr. Renato Schmidt with Lallemand. Dr. Schmidt, we're hearing a lot about mycotoxins and molds, and of course the concerns about that in mycotoxin-infected feeds, health concerns, production issues. What do producers need to know? What can they do about the problem this year?
Well, Mike, first of all, there are two occasions that mainly the mycotoxins can occur. The first one, it's in the field, that if you have some problems with damage with pests or birds, or some damage with storms, hail, then it's very likely to have some mycotoxins. And the second occasion is that you have a feed or a silage that's aerobically unstable. So what you can do, you can dilute that feed if you have that problem, or you can use some sort of a mycotoxin binder or an oligomonosaccharide, a moss, that's also effective.
What can producers do looking ahead to next year to keep it maybe from happening next year?
Yeah, we sure heard a lot of this topic. So the first thing to do is to monitor your crop. So if you have you're skeptical about some mycotoxin infection, just go to the field, grab a sample, send to the lab, and have it analyzed. This way, if you have some problems, you know what you're going to face during feed out. Now, during the ensiling period per se, you have to just be good at all the silage practice. So you make sure that you harvest your crop at the right moisture, at the right stage of maturity, you pay attention to the correct chop length, use a good inoculant, and at this point, you just want to remember the Lactobacillus buchneri. It's the only FDA-approved inoculant for root stability. Seal it fast. The packing has to be really tight, and just observe the storage and the feed-out characteristics.
Even if they don't have mycotoxins, what are some of the management practices for taking care of that silage so that it doesn't get out of control and that they have other problems?
Well, Mike, we can have losses as high as 60% on dry matter if the silage gets out of control. And not only talking about yeast and molds and mycotoxins, but for instance, if your silage goes Clostridia, then you're starting having issues with lower intake of the animals and subsequently a lower production. Also in that feed, you're going to have some nasty compounds such as butyric acid that can lead to ketosis, and also some biogenic amines such as putrescine, cadaverine, and just by the name you can see that they're not good compounds. So again, you just make sure that you have a good forage at the time of ensiling. So they are in the right moisture, the right stage of maturity. You use a good inoculant, you pack really tight, you try to exclude all the air, and you seal as tight as possible and as fast as possible.
So what you're talking about, those management practices, those good management practices are key if you're going to have a good result at the end.
Yeah, it seems redundant, and I was just at a couple of seminars here at the World Dairy Expo, and we listened to the same topics, but still they are so important, although they're basic. And we have a non-commercial website, that's qualitysilage.com, and there is a wide variety of topics over there in our website. And also we have available some sort of technical bulletins on forage management and silage safety. So it's all available and to anyone that asks.
So producers can learn a lot this year that could help them next year.
Exactly. I mean, last year was a good lesson. We had all the issues in economics, and particularly here in the Midwest, we had a very unique season too.
Yeah, and every year is going to be a little different and different challenges. So those management practices help mitigate the problems that can occur.
Exactly. So, first of all, you just try to start on the right foot. So you have a good forage at the moment of ensiling, and you do all the good practice. You monitor the storage, you monitor the feed out, and you should minimize the problems and have losses even at single digits.
If you don't start off well, get behind, it's hard to catch up then, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's hard. For example, if your material goes a little bit on the dry side, then you're going to pack that silo and you're going to have a lot of air, a lot of porosity. This can lead to development of yeasts, heating, molds, and then it's just a snowball.
So good management practices are a key.
100%, definitely.
Dr. Renato Schmidt with Lallemand here at World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Mike Adams.